Buenos dias. Welcome to your latest instalment of our Wish You Were Here series. The outline and the rule of this series is that we have 45 minutes on the clock and we're going to show you and explore the place that we're staying. And today we're in Bhaktapur, a town roughly 15 kilometers on the outskirts of Kathmandu. So come with us. Probably me mostly talking today because Xiomara's got a bit of a cold.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sick.
Bit rough, aren't you? Well, let's set the alarm. Alarm is set. The moment that goes off, the video is done. And we're currently here on the rooftop of our hotel. And as you see, incredible views. Just about in the distance, you may be able to see the peaks of those mountains coming through. But yeah, what a view. Shows you how densely packed everything is. And you got these beautiful temples just sticking out, thrusting up from the skyline. This one over here, this 5-tiered one, is actually the tallest temple in Nepal. The 5 levels represent the 5 elements. But this hotel's great, you see. We've got this comfortable seating area here, and we'll show you our room very quickly. It is a little difficult to navigate because it's okay. It is a little difficult to navigate because the stairs are quite steep and quite small. But we found this hotel to be amazing. We've really loved it, and we're going to show you something in our room in a minute which has just made our stay here just perfect. Do you want to grab the key? Oh, we've got all of these here actually. I forgot to show you all of these pictures. We found all of this wood kind of dismantled in the square near this. This is where the temple is. We never knew what it was for and we just saw this picture, so now we see, but maybe I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, we're going to come down now to our room 205. So we've split this into 3 sections here. We have our bathroom, which is pink as you can see, but the one thing that's incredible here is the water is hot and it stays hot.
And the hair dryer. This is the first bathroom that it has a hair dryer.
You were really excited when we found it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, because obviously like you always have to leave your hair to dry by itself. So having this is a plus, it's a definitely a plus.
How many times have you used it?
Only one.
There you go. And so we've got this little seating area, if you want to call it that, but the great thing is we've got a full-length mirror. Now look, you have a mirror. I don't even need to say any more about it. It's just nice to see what you're wearing. And this is our bedroom. Now, as you see, it's fairly compact. It's very cozy with the wood. It kind of makes you feel like you're in a bit of a cabin. You've got these big windows that open out over the little alleyway here. It is chilly, don't get me wrong, because the glass is just one pane. And we are in apparently wedding season, so every single night, about 3 times a night, we've got marches of brass bands bouncing down here. So it gets a little noisy, but it's a lot of fun. Now, the best thing about this room, though, we have an electric blanket, and I tell you what, it's been cold, hasn't it?
Very cold.
It's been so nice to get in and this be nice and warm under here. This is a game changer. I'm not sure how we're going to cope without that. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but we're going to go out now. I need coffee desperately. It's my medicine, so let's go and we'll get something and we'll go for a little explore. Let's do it.
Do you have everything? I need to get this.
I've got everything, yeah.
Do you have your wallet?
I've got my wallet.
Okay, let's go then.
I've got my wallet, I've got my phone. Let's turn the lights off. That's off. Let's turn this one off. Off we go. I said to Xiomara, I've got Michael Jackson vibes with this one. Morning. Very good, yeah.
Okay.
We'll come back in a minute and we'll check out and pay our bill. Thank you.
Okay.
Right, so we're out on the street. This is Bhaktapur. What you find everywhere all over the city are these big wells. Right, this is where people are getting their water from. And you see Echo. They've got the grid on the top because if you fall in there, you're going to be in for a tough time. Most of them, though, don't actually have the grid on. And we were walking down here yesterday and it seems like there's some building work going on, and we encountered what looked like a murder scene because all down here was covered in blood, and you can kind of see some of the signs of it here. So it looked like maybe they'd done some kind of ritual, like animal slaughter, to bless the building or bless the business. And we know that they do that because if you would have seen our previous video, our tour of Bhaktapur, you would see that they were doing an animal sacrifice of a goat. Now this is very common every morning. You see people come down and they light a candle or whatever they do, basically do their blessings for their gods in the morning, set their day up, and then there's people there throughout the day and during the evening as well. Now there's many good coffee shops in Bhaktapur, but we have personally found this one to be the best. The coffee in here is really good, very tasty.
Hello, good morning.
Namaste. How are you?
Good, sir.
Good. Can we get?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes,
Can we get 2 cappuccinos, please?
Cappuccino?
Yes, please. But here, or do you want to go upstairs? Or
You can sit here or upstairs.
should we go upstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay, we'll go upstairs. Thank you. This place as well is what seems to be a hotel. Don't know the prices, but it seems really nice. You can see that everything's quite wide open, beautiful doors. We had a little peek in one of the rooms the other day, and the rooms, they look, again, quite basic, but the hotel setup is very nice. I do, every time, feel bad ordering a coffee and asking for it on the roof, because as you see, there's a lot of stairs for someone to bring it. You'll find these all over Nepal, these great artworks, the mountains and the yaks. This one's painted in 2014. There's some great artists in Nepal. And we're now here. You see what a tough job the guy's got to bring the coffee up. I feel bad for him. But what a beautiful rooftop, eh? You see there's no one here. Now I am struggling a little bit, hence why I'm not showing my face much, because I don't have my sunglasses on and I have very sensitive eyes, and so you don't want to see all the time this. But that is my face literally as I'm walking around. So this here is a school. Every time we're walking around Bhaktapur, you see school kids everywhere, because I think a lot of school trips come here as like an educational day. So we've seen schools from Kathmandu and other areas where they bring hundreds and hundreds of kids. Really tough job the teachers have got, organising everyone. But you see them kind of parading through the square, going up the steps on the temple. So it's a very, very important place for Nepali people, which is beautiful to see. It's not just a tourist place, and frankly we haven't actually seen that many tourists here. You see a couple pottering around in the streets during the day, but mostly it feels like people just come on a day trip from Kathmandu, which to me is just outrageous. I do recommend coming here for a solid few days. We've been here for how many days now?
This is our
Fifth day.
This is our fifth.
So we actually make a point of not rushing so much. You know, it is nice to kind of move on and see something new, but we don't want to travel mega fast. We want to enjoy the place. And so you can look at it now and say we've been in Nepal for just over 2 months. Where have we been? We've only been a handful of places, but we've seen those places really well, you know. And Bhaktapur no different. Most people come for the afternoon. Been here for 5 days and it's been fantastic. I'd say if you were coming on a trip to Nepal, do at least a couple of days here. It's well worth it. What do you say?
It's absolutely worth it to go here. It's a beautiful country, has a lot of things to do. The food is amazing, it's super cheap, and you find lots of amazing people around this area. So Nepal is definitely one of you must come destination.
Struggling with your voice today, aren't you?
Yeah,
You've got a bit of a sore throat, haven't you?
I have a very my throat is very sore and I'm feeling very weak. Like all my bones are achy, so I'm not feeling really good. I just wish to be back in the room and in the bed with a hot blanket.
I think we've been treated a little bit too much, haven't we, the last few days?
Yeah.
But you see over here as well, I'm hoping the coffee comes quick, because otherwise the 45 minutes is going to run out very quickly. But we got these big flags flying because, of course, it is the World Cup. And the two flags that you see, England and Brazil, they're through to the next stage. Come on, England. But no doubt, if you know English football, you know that they'll bottle it. We play France next. What a tough game that is. But yeah, out over the city. So we've got this square here. Hopefully in a minute we get the chance to go for a little walk, because we've got Durban Square behind it. And then you can follow it through these alleyways, make your way over to this square. And there's a number of others throughout the city. Can't really see very well from here, but there are a number of other squares with these temples. It's an ancient city, this place. It's a cultural hub of Nepal. And so well worth coming, well worth your time. And I would say it is a photographer's dream. The light here is beautiful because, similar to Kathmandu, you've got these tall buildings and these narrow alleyways. So if you catch the light right, it just streams down the alleyways. And of course, everyone here looks interesting because the clothes they're wearing, they're on old bicycles, there's fruit stalls, the clothes people are wearing. And as people get older here, they get really kind of, their faces are very unique. You know, they have difficult life, so they get quite weathered, but it makes them look very, very intriguing, very interesting. So for photographers, this is an amazing place. And the coffee is not coming very quick, is it?
No, I think that the guy who normally makes the coffee was outside, because when we were coming upstairs, the guy that we asked the coffees for went outside and started shouting to somebody, so probably the guy wasn't in here. So normally the cappuccino takes a little while, so you're going to have to wait, but definitely that's something that we need urgently because we need to feel awake. Hopefully the coffee, it will give me an extra energy to survive and cope with this day, especially today that we are going to be going to another town that is like around an hour bus drive.
I think so. We don't really know, do we?
So yeah, hopefully I feel a little bit more alive for that, because it's going to be bumpy and it's going to be full of people. As always, you ended up always, you know, squash.
To be fair, we're making an assumption because we were recommended to come and visit this particular town, which is kind of in the opposite direction to Kathmandu. The same distance, maybe 15 kilometers from here, but it doesn't seem to be a much visited place. And so we even asked the guy in the hotel and he's like, I've never been. So I'm asking him about the buses. He's not really sure, so we don't know where we get the bus from, when we get it. Do they run every day? Do they run throughout the day? We're kind of a bit clueless at the moment. So hopefully things go to plan.
Yeah, hopefully. It's very difficult to find like a straight answer of something in here sometimes. Everything is very in the air, and we have to say that we love our hotel, but yesterday when we were trying to get the information to go to this place, it was a little bit difficult because the internet is not being working properly. Yeah. So we spoke with the guy downstairs and he said that it's been a problem around the town. So we want to go to this place, but the only information that we had at the moment is that we have to go to a market and then from there we will get the bus. So we don't know how long it's gonna take. We only know that it's 13 kilometers far away from here, and we don't know anything else. So let's see, this is going to be a very nice adventure, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a little vague, isn't it? These are the best adventures normally, but on a day where you're not feeling too well, yeah, I was up late last night as well, struggling to edit the video because, again, bad internet meant that I was finding it really hard to download the music that I use for the videos and things like that. So I've had 5 hours sleep. Xiomara's had a good night, but is feeling unwell. So yeah, it's got the potential for being a long day, this one, hasn't it?
I think so. Especially that we are going to be carrying our bags everywhere, and the bags are heavy and it kind of hurts sometimes. So it's going to be a difficult day, but hopefully we will enjoy it and we will have the best time just having this amazing experience and finding a way to this place.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is with the bags, like I feel like my bag is getting more full as time goes on. I feel like as the days go on, my bag is getting heavier. Like, I don't know how it's happening. It's getting harder to pack. I'm not sure whether I'm just packing it wrong. Like when I started out, I had everything rolled up really tight, which maybe gave the illusion that I had more space. Now I'm kind of just winging it and folding things. I'm not being organised with it, so I'm really struggling with mine. I think in the next few days I'm going to have to jettison some things, but something's going on over here. What's this? Looks like they're making a fire. Well, it seems to me like they're burning plastic, which is not great. Probably one of the reasons why Xiomara was struggling with her throat. It's very dry here, and in general in Nepal, very dusty. And of course, as with many places in the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia and other parts of the world as well, they don't have proper solution for the waste, and so things just get burnt. And of course, that ends up in the smog in the air. If you times this by many thousands, happening all over the city. This is why in many places you get this haze, this pollution, which is not fantastic, but it's part of the process of being in countries like this. Hopefully one day in the future that improves. Normally these coffees are here a lot quicker. This is perhaps we should have waited downstairs. Should we go down?
Yeah, why not? Let's go down.
Let's go down. Save the guy the job bringing it up, because we're racing against the clock here. We're running out of time on our video, and of course we want to go and explore and show you around. So I would say that we should have got the coffee beforehand, but look, we're trying to show you real experience here. This is real, isn't it? Oh, okay. Let's come back. No, yeah, let's go down. All right, let's go down. Sorry. At least he's coming back down anyway.
This side or this side?
That side. Please.
All right.
That's nice.
I was just saying how this is the best coffee I've tried in all of Bhaktapur. So you know you're in for a good one when you've got the designs on the top.
Oh, look, it's so funny because this kind of matches.
What's this?
Well, it's been happening now, and it says, in a restaurant, choose a table near a waiter. And then we were upstairs when we didn't have any waiter, and we made him go upstairs.
Take credence from this and maybe learn from the future, eh? Next time we stay downstairs. At least we showed something interesting.
Right.
Oh.
Now it's a happy moment.
Right, sugar has been deposited and we're ready for the rocket fuel to hit the lips. On a more general note, although we've been in Nepal for 2 months, our actual intention was to not start posting videos immediately, but to actually build up a catalogue of content so that we kind of don't feel the rush the pressure to be creating and posting. And so I built up a bank of about 25 edited videos before posting the first. And that one went on, was it yesterday or the day before?
It was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, so our first video from Kathmandu. And yeah, it's a weird experience kind of getting back into the swing of things. Obviously I had the channel many years ago and built it up gradually and started to find some success with the videos, and then stopped because I moved to Australia. I was living in Australia for a few years, and then during COVID, obviously the world came to a halt, and it was like, right, I want to go traveling again. First opportunity we took, didn't we? And we're obviously now on this trip, but obviously I've decided to start the channel again, and it's yeah, it's interesting kind of being essentially back to the beginning, getting the videos to start again and trying to, you know, get them moving and get people finding them. So if you found this video, I'd be interested to actually know what kind of views we're on, what kind of reach we're getting at the moment, because right now on what is the 6th of December, so we're before Christmas 2022, our first video, I think in the first day, reached about 210 views, didn't it?
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time you see this one, 20 something videos later, well, hopefully we're doing a bit better.
Let's go.
How's the coffee?
It's really nice as always. It never disappoints.
It's very good, the coffee in here,
It's
isn't
really
it?
good.
I got told by a friend in England who owns a coffee shop. Hello, Rob, if you're watching. But he told me that Nepal coffee is some of the best coffee in the world, in terms of the beans, I think, because obviously the way it grows up in the hills, up in the mountains, the climate is good, the soil is good, the weather is good. So it's quite respected around the world. And actually being here, I can tell you that the coffee is very good. But I did also hear that a lot of the coffee isn't actually from Nepal. I heard someone say that some of the coffee actually gets imported from India.
Yeah.
So who knows what we're actually drinking, but some places really know how to make it well. Yeah, it's really good. It does always help when I pound it with 2 sugars. Let's see. Yeah. One thing that's really hard for me is fighting the urge to just have another and another and another and another. I did that a few days ago and I ended up having 3, and by the time the evening came I was swigging water trying to like flush the caffeine out of my system because I was like jittery.
Yeah, he has a very addictive personality, so he needs to be very, very careful with his addictions, and in this case it's coffee and sugar.
Coffee and sugar. I mean, it could be worse. There are many other things I could be addicted to.
Definitely.
But yeah. So today I'm going to show you again where we're at. We've got about 20 minutes on the clock.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to go outside in a minute. We're going to neck these and we're going to pound it outside. We're going to hit the streets and we're going to be in a bit of a rush to show you around, but hopefully you get a good taste. And if not, by the end of this video, if you're still wanting more, come and check out the other Bhaktapur videos. This is a special series which is unedited, uncut, just all done in one take. The other videos are a bit more organised, so we're not normally this messy, are we? Or at least we hide it better.
It's a really good coffee.
It is, isn't it? Is your throat feeling better now?
Well, it's kind of warming up my throat, but I'm not feeling better. I'm just feeling a little bit more awake.
So you're feeling it in your body as well?
I'm feeling a little bit of bone ache. So I definitely have a mild cold. Hopefully it doesn't escalate anymore.
It's strange as well because, as you've seen, we're on the 6th of December and there's no sign of Christmas. You know, last year we spent Christmas in Madrid. The year before that we spent it in England. The year before that was in Australia, wasn't it? Or was it in
Thailand.
No, we weren't in Christmas for Thailand.
We was in New Year's.
Yeah. And so yeah, like this year now we're in Nepal. and no sign of Christmas anywhere. So it's a little bit strange because we see all of our friends and family on Instagram posting pictures of their Christmas trees, and yeah, like it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, like the most close interaction with Christmas the other day, it was a person who has a ringtone with a Christmas song that I say to it, oh,
For the phone.
yeah, listen to that, and it was a person with a Christmas ringtone, but yeah, there is no sign, there is no trees or lights of the Christmas decorations anywhere around this country. So it's quite, yeah, you feel like you are in a normal month. You don't feel that this is Christmas. The only sense that you have as a Christmas is when you speak with your family and they send you pictures of the Christmas tree and the Christmas decorations and the plans that they are making for Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, and it's a little bit nostalgic. Last night I have a little crisis because I'm very like emotional, and I was missing my family a little bit because like traveling is amazing and you know amazing beautiful places every single day, but you are on the move all the time and you don't feel like you are in a stable place ever. When you are kind of getting used to it, to be somewhere you have to move, and it can be exhausting a little bit sometimes, but yeah, you have to pay the price if you want to see the world, I imagined.
Yeah, you were having a bit of a moment last night, weren't you? But you know, sometimes it's nice actually to not have any signs of Christmas because, you know, I'm sure how it is in your country, but definitely in the UK, things are very, even since I was a young child, very commercialised. Kind of gets a bit exhausting seeing adverts on the television and seeing signs of it, you know, at the beginning of November. Like, it's a wonderful celebration, but I think part of the reason for that celebration's been lost. It's kind of turned into just buying products and turned into capitalism. You know, the nice thing with Christmas is spending time with the people that you love, which is the sad thing. Obviously this year I don't really care so much about the tree or the presents or the food especially. I do miss the food, to be fair, but spending time with your family is a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, I would love to have some Carberry right now.
Carberry.
Oh,
I'm done. So let's pay the man. Got that while I get the money out.
it's a very beautiful place. But oh my gosh, look at this. Like, it's beautiful.
Thank you. So,
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
alright, let's go this way. So let's make our way down and we're going to go into the square. One thing I will say with that place, the coffee in there is 190 rupees, which compared to most places around 150 is a little expensive. Also in there, I'm not sure how he did his maths on that. 190 times 2 is 380, but he charged me 385. So, but yeah. So the coffee is a little bit more expensive. However, it is not as expensive as this little coffee shop on the corner of the square here. As we come closer, you'll see you've got this beautiful building. Looks like it's been quite heavily restored from the earthquake. You see the different colour of the bricks. But this coffee shop here, we made a little venture into there yesterday because we were struggling with the Wi-Fi and needed somewhere to work. Coffee in there is 220 plus 10% service charge, which is inordinate. Should we come this way or should we go down there into the light?
We can see the whole other
Okay.
Gerber.
Well, let's get marching because our viewers have got 15 minutes to taste. All you've seen so far is coffee.
It's coffee and us.
Coffee is life, that's all you need. And we're actually coming down here. You would have seen in our Bhaktapur video that we had some people dancing on here in the intro. Now that actually was, we stumbled into a music video. There's some kind of Indian singer, a man and a woman doing a duet, filming their music video here in Bhaktapur. So they were here for about 4 days and they had a lot of dancers, so it was quite a big setup. They must be, you know, fairly well-known, important people. because, like I say, it was a big setup, but we still, to this point now, have no idea who they were. We've got this big bell, we've got the king up here. This place is ancient. It's a very, very old city, and as you see, it was damaged a lot, hence all these props. But what you do see, which is brilliant as you go around, is that there's a lot of restoration work being done. So they're putting time back into the place to renovate it and repair it. And as I said earlier on, with all the school kids.
For the exit?
That is the exit, yes.
Okay,
So we don't want to go out there, because one thing with Bhaktapur, as we alluded to in our last video, you have to buy a ticket to come in, which is great, but you have to show that ticket every time you want to go in and out. And at the moment we don't have it, because it's in the bag. That ticket, as I mentioned in the last video, gives you 7 days. But one little trick we found is that them 7 days only count if you go out of the city. If you stay in the inner circle of the city, in the old ancient part, and then stay as long as you want. But of course, remember that you're restricted to coming back in after those 7 days. Loads of little trinkets. Yeah, people here rise very, very early, but some of the businesses like open at different times. Some of them you'll see opening up at 7 o'clock in the morning and they're hanging the things out. Other ones are fairly a bit slower to get going. And you're starting to see some signs of that beautiful light. Like I say, if you're a photographer, this place is fantastic. You've got these art schools all over, not just this area, but all over Nepal. One thing which we have been told, don't know if this is true, but many of the art shops all over Nepal actually get their artwork from here, because here you can actually see the people doing the paintings. I think there's one actually further up, isn't there, on the corner? We were walking down this alleyway the other day, weren't we? And we were getting a little bit bothered by people. They were kind of pestering us to come in the shops and whatever. And so I was avoiding eye contact with people, and then coming down here I saw this guy. And I was like, God, he's dressed up, isn't he? He's really doing his job to sell his product. He's got the full army gear on and everything. But you see, these are super common as well. The Gurkha knives. That one, not sure what they use that one for, I can imagine, but...
Well, I think you can see it here. This is exactly what I use it for.
For shaving. Yeah, these are pretty spectacular.
It's beautiful.
Although the guy from...
I love these products. That if a man says he's not afraid of dying, he's either alive or he's a Gurkha.
You a Gurkha?
No.
No. The guy the other day, he was like trying to get us to come in his shop and buy something. I'm like, I barely have any space in my bag. I can't take the smallest of trinkets. I certainly can't take a sword with me.
It would be amazing to be able to help all these businesses grow. Obviously, we are traveling only with one small bag, so we don't have the space.
Yeah, it depends what circumstances you're in, doesn't it?
Right, so let's go this way.
This way? Okay. You'll see, if you've got any interest in photography, as I keep mentioning, that it can be quite addictive coming out with your camera, because you just explore, and at certain times of the day you just get the light right. The clothes that people are wearing are just interesting. So with the way they position themselves, it's like it's ready-made photos. Honestly, it's a great place to be exploring with your camera. For me, I love my camera. It's great to travel with, but it's a fixed lens, a fixed focal length of 35 mil.
Let's go down so we can show them like the pottery area.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fixed focal length of 35 mil, which means that these social interactions where you've got people gathering, you've got to get really close to take the photo. And I don't like bothering people. I don't like getting in people's private space. You know, so if you see any photos that I've taken of people, I've asked them permission and I've actually given a bit of money. I don't like being that guy that gets up taking pictures of people. You know, imagine if you in your home country and some tourist came up shoving a camera in your face. It's not nice, you know, so... Yeah, we've got the pottery schools all down here. No idea yet what they actually use all these for.
We know only if the small ones are used
For incense,
for
yeah.
the curd.
Oh, the bricks as well. You see the way the bricks are all worn. Right, obviously people walking down here for many, many years, and bikes, bicycles, cars. We go this way. But the bikes are coming alive now. It's not as hectic as Kathmandu in terms of ducking and dodging bikes and cars, but it has its moments, I won't lie, especially on the weekend. I would say, if you are planning on coming to Bhaktapur for a visit, whether it be for a day or several days, probably try and avoid Saturdays, because our visit here has spanned 5 days, one of which was Saturday, and it was vastly busier. Uncomfortably busier, I would say. It kind of, the number of people on the streets, the number of cars and bikes on the roads made it a little difficult to actually wander and be looking at buildings without worrying about getting run over. So definitely in the week is much better. What is also nice of Bhaktapur, as a foreigner, you get bothered a lot less. In Kathmandu, I'm forever having people come up to me sneakily on the shoulder as I'm walking down the street, offering me naughty things, trying to persuade me to purchase a trekking guide or whatever. But here, people just pretty much leave you alone. The only time we've had any kind of bother here really is on Durbar Square, people looking to sell the services as a guide. There are a few people here who purport to be artists trying to get you into the art school, but it's not incessant. It's been once or twice. It's been fairly relaxed. And here now we're coming into the other square.
This is the temple where they do the sacrifice.
Yeah, if you would have saw our video the other day, we had some trouble where they were doing a sacrifice. We wanted to see it and we waited around for hours because we got told it would be outside here. Turns out it wasn't, so we were sat outside waiting and waiting and waiting. All the while it was already going on inside. We got a doggy here. This is my trick now. If I make this noise, and if they don't wag their tail, then they don't want to know.
They are always started during the day, but then we have a theory, and it is because during the night they are very active. Around 9:30 or 10 o'clock they start all barking around, and they bark the whole night. And if you come out for some dinner or something, you see them running all over the place. So that's why they are just sleeping during the day.
They're all busy communicating during the night, aren't they? We've got one little dog outside of our hotel who's very vociferous, I would say. He likes to bark a lot. And so it's, yeah, with those single panes of glass, it's a little chilly and the noise comes in. But should we go up the temple or should we carry on walking? Oh, actually, before I carry on, the photo that I showed you in the hotel, the big carriage, this is it here, you see. It's all dismantled. You see the wheels, you see the big front part. I'd love to know what the actual reason for that is, but at the moment I'm none the wiser. Should we carry on or should we go up?
Let's go up to the temple.
All right, we're going to take you up the temple because we are running out of time. I'm very conscious that the alarm is going to go off in a minute.
And it's super beautiful.
Statues are fantastic, aren't they? Look at the detail. Oh, this incredibly old as well. It's really nice to see that this, you know, has been, it's either survived or has been preserved or repaired. I'm not too sure, but like the craftsmanship in the buildings around here and the temples is second to none. As you get closer, you start to kind of get a sense of the scale. You see all the woodwork and all the carvings. Coming out in the morning is a big suggestion because this place is quite the Instagram spot during the day, so you can be in for a bit of a battle. Beautiful though, isn't it? Look at the carvings, like the faces have worn away over the years. Very, very old. We actually went to one of the businesses doing all these wood carvings the other day. Incredibly skilled people. Like this. This is all wood. What? Amazing. And there's another one of those. Look. With the wheels. That looks like a... Imagine. This has got to be... That can't... Oh, there's a little cat hiding in there. Look. That can't be...
Sneaky cat. They're always searching for some mouses.
I can't understand how they put that together. That can't be right.
No, I don't think that that one is the right one. I think that maybe this is the one that it was the old one, and they might use this for some fire, because on the top, I don't think that that makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're still... Like, imagine trying to put that back together.
Possible.
Sod that. Yeah, look at it. Amazing. You're touching something here which is probably very, very old. Oh, the little snakes, even the teeth in them and everything. Amazing. You kind of see obviously the parts where people have been touching over the years, where it's worn away a little bit more. But this building is the one that we could see from the rooftop of our hotel. So our hotel is kind of behind there somewhere pretty much. More of that amazing light. So soft, isn't it, the light? Just, I can't get enough of it.
Going down.
Yep.
Very stiff.
One trick with these steep ones though is you walk on a diagonal like this. You walk like this, it's a bit easier. Of course, this isn't always possible on here because it's normally quite a lot of people. Again, they're all vying for photos and pictures.
This technique where we were in the magical trip.
No,
I think that we became...
That's not true.
Going up and down the stairs in the magic.
well, that's not true.
No.
Oh, you learned that technique from me. I didn't learn it from Mardi Himal.
Okay.
I'm a well-educated man, thank you. I believe we're a couple of minutes away from the alarm going off, so maybe let's show the bit over here. Now we could explore for days on end and you still wouldn't see even a smidge of it. You can go up there and it carries on up into the ancient city, but as we're about to hit the alarm, we'll show you the old front of the temple. People come here in the morning to do their worshipping, to give their blessings, and this is where you get the tika. So this is, you know, when you get the red dot on your forehead, this is where you get it from.
And this is where people leave their money, and then there is on the street kids who come here and they steal the money and take it to their houses with them.
It's the kid that you caught smoking the other day, wasn't there? There was a kid over here, must have been 3 or 4 years old, smoking, and he was sat here waiting for people to come and they do their blessings, they leave their donations, they leave some money, and the kid would just run up and take it. Seemed to be that everyone was not bothered. Maybe, you know, people here are happy to help the less fortunate, and so nobody was kind of worried about it. But yeah.
Right, so is it show inside the temple or where they do the sacrifice?
Can we go inside? I know we could the other day, but... Oh, another thing. Every morning people come down and they feed the birds because apparently, you know, it's meant to be good karma. So people come down, they throw them rice and other bits of food for good karma and to get rid of bad karma. And again, we've got more of those fantastic carvings. These ones look a bit newer though. You can see the bricks are fresh. Namaste.
Namaste.
Incredible.
You have sacrificed something.
Another one. Oh yes. They're cooking something over there.
There's another chicken there. So they had like 2 or 3 chickens.
I'm not sure that's sacrifices, that might just be dinner.
They sacrifice them. Right?
And
This is time to say goodbye to.
That's our alarm, that's our 45 minutes. And we're going to finish off with a little show of the well. I told you not all of them have the metal grid on the top.
You fall there, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Hopefully you can swim well. But yeah, on that note, with the animal sacrifice or dinner or whatever it is, we're going to leave it there. That's our 45 minutes. Hopefully you got a little taste of Bhaktapur, a lot of taste of coffee. Hopefully next time we'll get the coffee before embarking on the video. But yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if there's anywhere else you'd like us to explore. And signing out as the Wanderlife. What do we say?
And then see you in the next one.
She never gets it. Wish you were here.
Oh, wish you were here.
Bye.
Well, this is the second video. I need to practice this more.